So with so many laptops missing decent ports these days, such as my Surface Pro 8 that I've got here, I'm always on a quest to find a decent dongle that's going to bring those ports back to my machine. So tonight we've got the Lemorele 10-in-1 USB-C multi-port adapter, and we're going to look at this and make sure it works well with my Surface Pro 8 and see what you get with it. So let's open the box and take a look. Well, it's a bit bigger than I was expecting. There we go. Now the good thing about this 10-in-1 dock is, for a start, we have an HDMI 4K 60 adapter. Now that's great because some of them do come with 4K 30. I hate that. I can't stand working at 30 Hz on a 4K monitor. So that's quite handy. We've got a USB-C port, a USB-A, a micro SD and an SD card slot. Switching it over, we've got a USB-C PD, so we can actually power our laptop through this dock. And we've got another 3 USB-A ports. And then lastly, on the end, we've got an Ethernet port. So a really good array of actual ports with this dongle. It comes in sort of, it's a gunmetal grey colour, which will go quite nice with the Space Grey MacBook Pros. And we've got a reasonable length cable that comes with it, so you'll plug it into the side of your laptop and have this out the side of, say, your laptop itself. A nice little protection cap on the USB-C cable itself. Pop that off. Feels very sturdy. Metal outer case, feels pretty solid. No creaks. Let's plug it into the actual machine. Right, so I'm going to grab my Surface Pro 8. Now, I absolutely love this machine. But the biggest problem with the Surface Pro 8 and with a lot of Ultrabooks these days is all I'm getting with this machine is 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. Now these are great versatile ports, but obviously if you've got a mouse, an SD card slot, an Ethernet or an HDMI port you want to plug in, you're going to need yourself a decent dongle. So let's make a start. So first things first, I'm going to plug my dongle in and I want to test the power delivery. So at the moment I'm running on battery. I'm going to plug my power delivery in. This is a 60 watt USB-C charger, and there we go. So you can see now that we're now plugged in and we are charging. So great, so it means one little dock, I've got all your peripherals plugged into it, plug it into my Surface Pro, and I'm away. Next, I'm going to plug in a little mouse, because I hate using the little trackpads on these machines. And turn this to my 2.4 GHz dongle. And there we go, my Razer Atheros mouse through 2.4 GHz, because Bluetooth is a little bit laggy. Now, if my beautiful assistant could pass me the RJ45 cable. So, just before I do this, you can see my wireless is sort of not working at the moment. I've deliberately disconnected it from the network, so that there's no confusion. We are going to be running through this RJ45 cable. Click it in, and there we go. Oh, get my mail coming through. So no need to worry about downloading any drivers. This is all just plug and play. Load up a web page. You can see absolutely smooth as butter. Nice and responsive. You can't beat an Ethernet cable. So just lastly, before I finish this video up, I want to just quickly try the last of the ports, which is the SD card slots. So I've just plugged in a 64GB SD card, and you can see it is showing up. Should be some video files on here, so I'm going to just copy some video files over to the actual hard drive. So let's just copy over a 4K file and just put it straight into my downloads folder. Now this isn't the fastest card in the world, but even so, it's 20 megabytes a second, so not the fastest card reader, but considering the amount of ports we've got on this, I'm certainly live with that. Just for the convenience to have it all in one little dongle. So there we go. This is a very affordable 10-in-1 adapter that gives you plenty of ports back to your Ultrabook, such as a MacBook, a Surface Book, or an XPS that are lacking in ports. It's nice and stylish. It is quite large, but it's solid with a reasonable length cable, and it gives you all of those ports that you are missing. And by plugging it in, you're not even going to have to worry about drivers. It's just plug and play, pop it in, and everything's up and running. Overall, very impressed.